What's up, guys? It's Mitch from SC Weather. Hope you're having a great Saturday. It's warm out there. As you can see, I got a little graphic right here from my weather station here in Oak Grove, South Carolina, near Lexington area. Almost in the mid 70s. It's not just warm, guys, but it's humid. And there's gnats flying everywhere. Even when you walk outside doing any yard work, just hanging outside, it just doesn't feel that great. So, you know, that's the warm, humid air surging ahead of this line of storms on the way, which I don't think is going to be that impactful here at all. I think that it's the worst of it's going to be to our west. I think that we're going to get a line of storms overnight tonight, probably while we're sleeping, but it's just not going to be that bad. You might maybe some lightning, thunder. I don't see much rain at all. It'll be a quick hitter. Then we'll get to have some showers tomorrow around, kind of like today. It's raging pretty bad right now in Mississippi and Alabama. Huge squall line moving through. Show this little graphic, little radar clip right here. If you kind of look right there, you'll see some embedded tornadoes. Tornado warnings. I don't think there's anything quite confirmed. Now, there was something confirmed in Mississippi. It looks like it had a debris ball to it on radar, and it was causing some damage. So, you know, we need to watch that over there and just pray for them guys and hope for the best, and hopefully they're taking the weather serious, because this is a nasty squall line. And it's the same line that's going to move through here, but it just looks like it's going to weaken. It doesn't help that it's moving through. Well, it does help that it's moving through overnight, and we just don't have the juice over here that they have over there. The ingredients for severe weather. So we are under a marginal threat, which means we could have some severe weather. Again, it's just not going to be as bad as what you're hearing about out to our west. We need to keep them in our thoughts and prayers, and hope that they're going to end up being okay, and there's not going to be too much in the way of severe damage. So, looking ahead, I've talked about our pattern Wednesday and how we looked, and I mentioned that it looked like we were heading into a pattern change, and it still does. Operational models, which is basically if you go onto a site and you do just a normal run. And basically it could be any other run, just any run, and that's kind of your face value run. And then you have the ensembles that come out, and to me that's a little bit more important, weighs a little bit more. So the ensembles have not looked that great. Not the ensembles, the operational models runs have not looked that great. The last few runs, the morning run, today's run, it showed the cold air, showed the pattern change, and that's what we need. First, we need a pattern change of cold air before we can talk about winter weather. And it still showed it, but it wasn't showing no huge fantasy runs, and it didn't show really not much in the way of bitterly cold air. But the ensembles have not changed. In fact, they are more hard pressed for this pattern change, and they are showing its guns a little bit right now. I'll show a couple clips. I'm not going to show too much because I don't want y'all to take some of this stuff for face value and take it to the house and believe it's actually going to happen. But I'll show y'all a couple clips here. So the ensembles are basically showing a very favorable pattern coming up. It's showing that it could possibly set up a pattern for us for winter weather. Also, keep in mind that these ensembles that I'm talking about, they are long range. So it's not something in the short term. We're not looking at these chances in the short term range. We're looking at after these next several days as in this next week, this entire week that we're going to be in the 70s and 60s. After that, next weekend going forward, ensemble wise. So in the 240 plus hour range, so the 8 to 10 day range going forward, which, you know, that's long term, that's long range, that's fantasy, that we like to call that. So the ensembles should not be taken super serious right now, but it does reflect an extremely favorable pattern that we may be entering. So that's why it's important to, you know, for y'all not to take what you're hearing now and keep thinking the same thing for the next few days, because something could change. So but after the day 8 to 10 range, maybe day 8 range or so, and after, things start to look better for us for winter weather. Winter weather as in colder weather, more winter-like weather for the Carolinas, South Carolina, North Carolina. And we start to maybe get some chances at winter weather. We got a long way to go before we can get to the point where we're actually legit tracking a storm. But we're finally seeing signs that we're going to get to that point. So that's something to keep in mind. I mean, these ensembles, they're some of the best. Well, I think they are the best looking ensembles I've seen for the GFS. I'm talking about GFS. The Euro ensembles hadn't came out. The EPS has not came out yet. So they are the best looking ones I've seen all winter. Now this is after we torch the next several days. We're going to be in the 70s the next few days, several days. And this is kind of looking into next weekend forward for our pattern change. And I tell you what, guys, and a lot of the weather community, maybe not meteorologists on TV, aren't going to talk about this. And I don't blame them, because a lot of people will take it and run around with it and say, hey, it's going to snow here in about 7 or 10 days. So they can't do it, but they're seeing it. The weather community is seeing it, and it's showing a lot of coastal storms. It's showing a lot of favorable winter setups for here in the Carolinas. And it's exciting to see. It's looking like it's something that hasn't locked in yet, but it's definitely looking more and more likely that we are about to have a pattern change to winter, and maybe not winter weather, but we're definitely going to get the cold air. So I'm going to keep watching, guys. Details really aren't important right now, but it's important to know that things are changing. And if you like winter weather, then I like what we're seeing for you guys, and I like winter weather, so I like what I'm seeing. And I'll keep y'all updated with everything, and if it changes. But right now, ensemble wise, it's looking probably better than it has the entire winter. So take that with a grain of salt. It could change tonight, but the closer we get, the more higher of a chance that this is actually going to happen as far as a pattern change. So I appreciate y'all watching, and please like, please subscribe if you want updates, and we'll keep tabs on this. And I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good Saturday.